Okay, I'm going to reband a Simpleshot Scout X G10. Use some Snipersling 0.5 millimeter thickness. We're going to cut a 170 millimeter length. I usually change out my bands about every 3 days if I'm shooting a lot. They start to stretch. I lose my accuracy. Here I'm going to set the guide up for a 20 by 12 taper with 170 millimeter length. Checking the 20 right here. Get that set. Go down and check the 12. Actually, I set it at 11 and a half because it's just a little bit off. So we get that set and we're ready to cut. There's the 20. There's the 12. Going to push the latex up against the guide, make sure there's no gaps. I'm going to hold it down with clamp because there's less likelihood of it moving under the guide when I cut it. Once again, checking to make sure there's no gaps between the guide and the latex. Make a nice smooth cut. Sharp blade helps. You saw I flipped the latex over to keep it square. Once again, checking for gaps. All right, we have both bands now. I'm going to check the ends just to make sure they're exactly the same. There's no reason why they wouldn't be. That's the 20 end, and this is the 12. Grab a pouch out of the bag. I'm going to grab a small one. I'm using 8 millimeter steel, and these seem to work well. I'll grab a paper clip here I've refashioned, narrowed it down a little bit so I can pull the narrow end of the bands through the pouch. Always insert the clip to the target side of the pouch. This is a lot easier than trying to fold them and pull them through. Watch the Chinese do it this way in videos and it seems to work well. See, I'm tugging on the bands right now, trying to get the flats all even. You pull them through, they sort of twist, but you want them nice and straight and pointed the same direction, either up or down. Here I'm going to check the stand out. I want 11 millimeters or about 7/16 of an inch. Seems to work well. This is what it looks like when you're done. It should look like mirror images of each other. So I'll grab my tying jig and cut a couple of 5-inch pieces of tape. I'm not going to use crystal string here because these are 20 millimeter thick bands and they got a little harder pull to them. Here you can see I'm folding over one half onto the other half, holding it with 2 fingers, the lower band, and clamping them right on top of each other. Put these on the jig and you should just have a thin band wrap. Should be a nice thin band. Okay, we're going to take the tape here. We're going to put it up really close to the pouch. Not hold it too tight on the first wrap so it doesn't roll over that band. On each subsequent wrap, we're going to crisscross it. See, I'm pulling pretty tight right here. Probably about 75 to 80% of the total stretch of this tape. Kind of want to end in the middle if you can. I'm going to tie a square knot. And we're going to cut off the excess tape here, stretch it a little bit. Okay, we're done with this one except for shortening the tail, but we're going to move over and do the other one next. Once again, I'm going to fold 1/2 over on the other half. When I got it where I want it, I'm going to clamp it. Hold that bottom band with my 2 fingers to hold it in place. I'm actually looking at it, so that's why I can't grab my clamps. I'm just kind of reaching for them. We're going to put it on the jig here and stretch it. You see just a nice tight band to wrap. Grab the tape, not too tight on the first wrap, put it up close to the pouch. Got about a 1/2 inch stretch on this band. It's usually about what you want. Once again, crisscrossing. About 6 wraps, starting to pull pretty tight here. First tie, do the second one. We've got a square knot here. This one should end right in the middle. Give it a little tug and cut that excess tape. So we got it both ends tied. We're going to cut the excess band length off of it from where I folded it over. I don't leave very much here. There's no reason to, and I've never had one come loose. You don't want that excess band catching any air as it moves through the slingshot. Okay, this one's pretty much done. There's the top side. Should look the same. Take a look at the bottom side. Should have the same curvature. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to put the size on it, so I know when I pull the band out whether I have an 18 or a 20 width on this. Put a left and right on it. This makes it easy to know how to mount it. There's the size, and I'm going to put the date on it. Okay, we're now going to mount it to the G10. This is pretty simple. All right, that just about does it, except for a couple test pulls to make sure everything's nice and snug. See how it looks the same underneath near the pouch. We're done.